Are you tired of all those quick fix diets? The confusing workout plans that just never seem to stick? Well, what if you could install a new operating system for your body? One that's actually designed for results that last. Today, we're ditching the fads, and we're going to break down a complete step-by-step fitness OS, and it's built entirely on science. So let's just dive right into the big question, right? What if you didn't have to just hope your body would change? What if you could actually program it, kind of like software, to hit your specific goals? That is the core idea we are unpacking today. Okay, so the very first thing to wrap your head around is this. Your body is a system. It is that simple. You've got your inputs, that's the food you eat, the training you do, the sleep you get. And those inputs directly determine your outputs, your body composition, your overall health, and your performance. So if you want to change the outputs, you have got to change the inputs. There's no way around it. So, let's dig into the single most powerful concept for really taking charge of your fitness. This is where you're going to discover where your real power lies. And this says it all, really. Look, you can't just wake up tomorrow and decide to have less body fat. That's an output, right? But you have 100% control over your inputs today, what you eat, whether you work out, when you go to bed. The most crucial point is this: focus your energy on the actions, not the results. Control the controllables. Now that we get the core idea, let's see how that builds into our very first pillar, setting your targets. This is where we get specific and define the exact inputs we need to program our system for fat loss. And we don't need to make this complicated. To get really incredible results, we only need to focus on controlling 3 critical inputs: our total calories, our protein intake, and our strength training. I'm telling you, get these 3 things right, and pretty much everything else just starts to fall into place. First up, calories. To lose fat, you have to know your maintenance level. That's just the energy your body needs to stay exactly the same. A really simple and effective place to start is to take your body weight in pounds and just multiply it by 14. Now, this is just an estimate, but it's a really solid starting point. Okay, so to actually trigger fat burning, we need to eat less than our maintenance calories. We call this a calorie deficit. A 25% deficit is a fantastic starting point. It's aggressive enough that you'll see consistent results, but it's also sustainable enough that you won't feel totally wiped out and drained of energy. Next up, protein. Now, when you're in a calorie deficit, your body is on the hunt for energy. Eating enough protein sends a powerful signal to your body to burn fat, not your hard-earned muscle. So you're going to aim for 1.6 grams of protein for every kilogram of your body weight. This is the absolute key to getting leaner and stronger, not just smaller and weaker. And our final target is training. The goal here is pretty much non-negotiable: 3 to 4 focused strength training sessions every single week. This is the other crucial signal you're sending to your body. You're basically telling it, hey, we need this muscle, don't you dare burn it for energy. Okay, so we have our targets. Awesome. But a target is pretty useless without a plan to actually hit it, right? That brings us to pillar 2, building protocols. These are the simple daily rules that are going to turn your targets into reality. Your very first protocol is for protein. From now on, whenever you build a meal, I want you to think protein first. This just means that every major meal, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, should be built around a solid source of high-quality protein. This one habit makes hitting your daily protein target almost automatic. Now the protocol for calories is simple. It's all about portion control. And this is so important. It doesn't matter how healthy you think your food is. If you eat too much of it, you will not lose fat. The goal is to stay within your daily calorie budget, and that means being mindful of the quantity of everything you eat. So, how do you get good at portion control? It's easy. For just 8 weeks, use a kitchen scale. Now, this is not forever. Think of it like a short-term learning tool, like training wheels. You will so quickly train your eye to see what 100 grams of chicken or 40 grams of rice actually looks like. And this will give you a skill for life, the ability to accurately eyeball your portions and stay in control. And finally, our training protocol. This one is super simple. Prioritize strength training above everything else. This is your #1 tool for sculpting your physique. If you're ever short on time and you can only do one type of exercise, it has to be this. This slide just illustrates perfectly why strength training is so critical. It tells your body to preserve all that muscle, which keeps your metabolism humming and builds a strong, lean physique. Endless cardio, on the other hand, well, it doesn't send that same muscle-preserving signal, and it can actually lead to that skinny fat look. Cardio is great, it's fantastic for your heart, but for changing your body composition, strength training is king. All right, we've got our targets, we've got our protocols, but how do we even know if any of this is working? That brings us to the final, critical pillar, tracking your progress. Think of this as the feedback loop that makes the entire system intelligent. You've probably heard this before, and for very good reason. If you are not tracking your data, you are flying blind. You just can't make smart adjustments if you have no idea what's actually happening with your inputs and your outputs. Tracking is really the backbone of a scientific approach to fitness. So what do we track? It's simple. For your inputs, track your calories and protein every day. For your outputs, weigh yourself daily, and listen, this is crucial. Pay attention to the weekly average, not the little daily blips. The trend is what matters. And finally, take progress photos once a month. Sometimes the scale doesn't tell the whole story, but I promise you, the pictures never lie. So there you have it, the whole system. Set targets, build protocols, and track your progress. But the real power of this system isn't just about what you can do in the next few months. It's really about building a foundation for a lifetime of fitness. And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. This entire Fitness OS, it's designed to give you the skills to manage your health and your physique for life. It's time to move beyond those short-term transformations and start building a sustainable lifestyle that's going to keep you fit for decades to come. So we'll leave you with this question. You have the entire system laid out in front of you. You know you can't change the outputs overnight, but you have complete and total control over the inputs right now, this very second. So what is the very first input you're going to change today?